Hello, everyone, and welcome to Johnny Walk. Today, I'm taking you on a full, uninterrupted walking tour around the famous Xuan Huang Lake, right in the heart of Dalat, Vietnam. This is a complete 1 hour walk, so you can really settle in and experience the city's atmosphere. We'll be doing the entire 5 kilometer loop around the lake, showing you everything just as if you were here. You'll see all the main landmarks from the path, like the unique modern architecture of Lam Vien Square, people enjoying swan pedal boats on the water, and even some locals doing a bit of fishing. So, the real hook for this video is that it's not just a quick highlights reel. You get to see the complete, authentic journey, from the busy roads full of motorbikes to the quiet, peaceful green paths right next to the water. It's the perfect way to feel the true vibe of Dalat. Also, a quick reminder that subtitles are available in many languages, so be sure to turn them on if you need them. If you enjoy these kinds of immersive walking tours, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot and lets me know you want to see more videos like this. Alright, let's begin our walk. Enjoy the beautiful sights of Dalat. phim à để quay phí.
Đi hết bờ hồ hết. Đường cưa mình chạy hết bờ hồ đó, quay đầu lại đi xe con đuối. tim.
Lấy cái đi bò bắp á.
Kiểu nó có cái dạng như là nhúng bắp đẹp.